In connection with PCM, we have already derived the output SNR expression, and we have seen that it is dependent on L square, the number of levels. This is almost constant for a particular system, and it is dependent on the power of the message signal. Now, ideally, we would like to have a constant SNR. That means for any power of voice signal, the SNR must be constant. This is ideal case, but as per quantization process is concerned, here we can see that this SNR is proportional to the power of the message signal. That means SNR is directly proportional to the signal power, in other words. So it varies from talker to talker. So even for the same talker, the quantity, sorry, if you consider instead of having different considering different persons, if you consider the same person, the quality of the received signal will be deteriorated when the person speaks softly, that we have seen from this expression. And it is found that smaller amplitude predominates in speech and larger amplitudes are much less frequent. So that means the SNR will be low most of the time. So here the quantizing steps are assumed to be uniform, and quantization noise that we have already discussed, this one, and this quantization noise is directly proportional to the square of the step size. This can be written as delta V square by 12, where delta V is the step size equal to 2 MP by L. So the quantization noise is proportional to this one. Now this problem can be solved by using smaller steps for smaller amplitudes. That means if we consider, say this is the empty, then for quantization process, uniform quantization process, we used to divide this whole range into equal number of equal steps, and the result is this: the SNR will be proportional to the signal power. Now in non-uniform quantization, what we can do, we can divide, since quantization noise is proportional to delta V, so for smaller amplitudes we have to reduce this quantization noise. That means we have to reduce delta V, and for larger amplitudes we have to increase delta V. So instead of using this type of uniform distribution, we can distribute these levels in this way. That means for smaller amplitudes we have more number of levels and smaller number of delta V. So this is the delta V for smaller amplitude, and this is the delta V for larger amplitudes. That means for smaller amplitude signals, delta V will be smaller, so quantization noise will be smaller, and signal to noise ratio, since quantization noise is smaller, signal to noise ratio will be uniform, almost uniform, for lower value of amplitude and also for the other value of amplitude. So this is the basic objective of this type of non-uniform quantization. But instead of doing that, it has been found that the same result is obtained by first compressing the signal samples and then using a uniform quantization. So instead of using non-uniform quantization directly, what we do, we will compress this signal in a specific fashion. We will compress this signal and then we will perform uniform quantization, and we will get the same effect. This is what we call the compression and expansion process, rather companding process. So in companding process, we must have, at the transmitter side, we must use a special filter that will change the input signal according to our wish. That means it should compress the signal, and this compression must be a non-linear in nature. So the input output characteristics of this compressor may be like this. So this one is M by MP. Now in this figure we can divide it in this way. Here this horizontal axis is the normalized input signal, this one, and it is normalized means it is divided by the peak power, peak signal amplitude, M by MP. So maximum value will be 1, and the vertical axis is the output signal, Y. The compressor maps input signal increment delta M into larger increment delta Y for small signal amplitudes and vice versa. That you can see that here the value of delta M is quite large, whereas the value of delta Y is almost same. We have some drawing problem here, but thing is that these distances must be uniform. So this must be the characteristics of the compressor. So a given interval delta M contains a larger number of steps, that means smaller step size when M is small. The quantization noise is smaller for smaller input signal power. That makes the SNR practically independent of the input signal power over a large dynamic range. Now, two standard compression laws are present, and these laws are international standard laws. One law is called the A law, and another is called New law. New law is used in North America, it is American standard, and Japan, and the A law, this one, is used in Europe and rest of the world, including our country, India. And most of the international routes, they are using this A law. Both the mu law and A law, they have odd symmetry curves about the vertical axis. So let us see for mu law. The positive amplitude y can be written as 1 by log of 1 plus mu log of 1 plus mu m by mp for 0 to 1, m by mp from 0 to 1. For A law, corresponding amplitude can be written as a by 1 plus log a m by mp for 0 to 1 by a and 1 by 1 plus log a into 1 plus log a into m by mp for 1 by a to 1. Now if we plot it, we should get this one is m by mp, this is y. Say for A law, this one is for a equal to 1. I will not going to plot every one. I will show just one or two. Say 87.6, and if we increase it further, it will be something like this. So it is say a equal to say 1000. Now identical plots may be drawn. I am not drawing in the separate plot. So this straight line will be for mu equal to 0. This one is for mu equal to 255 and so on. That means there is a compatibility between A law and mu law. So A equal to 87.6 will give us the same curve as that obtained with mu law with mu equal to 255. So we have to maintain this standard for the sake of compatibility. Similarly, at the receiver side, we must have another circuit that will perform just the reverse operation. That means in compressor we have used this characteristic. Suppose in that case, at the receiver side we have to use these characteristics, just opposite characteristics. Instead of using this one, we have to use this one with the same value of A or mu. So this is the expander characteristics. This is the compressor characteristic, this is the expander characteristics. Together this compressor and expander are called compander, and this process is called the compending process. And the effect of this non-uniform quantization can be drawn in this way. We should get the almost uniform SNR with signal power. So with, say, using mu law, this is for mu equal to 0, so SNR is increasing, but with mu equal to, say, 255, we will get almost horizontal characteristics, of the SNR. So SNR will be almost constant, and it is almost independent to the signal power. This is what we call the compending process.